Now, during past shows, we've told you about and even spoken to members of the hacktivist group Anonymous. They were responsible for hacking PayPal and MasterCard after those organizations cut ties with WikiLeaks, amongst a few other notable hacks in the cyber world, like the HB Gary email hack. But now there's a new group to keep your eye on. They're called LulzSec. It's short for Lulz Security, and this group might be new, but they're already out to prove that they're a force to be reckoned with. Their logo is a combination of the rage face and the Monopoly guy, and on their website they seem to try to portray themselves as a bit of a playful group. This quote can be found on their page. Considering fun is now restricted to Friday, where we look forward to the weekend, we have now taken it upon ourselves to spread fun throughout the entire calendar year. Now, of course, the term lulz comes from the internet, where they do a play on the original online slang for laugh out loud, or LOL. As of now, there doesn't really seem to be any one person in charge, and they're very loosely coordinated, meaning that nobody really knows how many people might be affiliated with it. Now, we first told you about this group of hackers after they came out against PBS's documentary about WikiLeaks and Bradley Manning. They hacked PBS's webpage and changed the front page to a false story about Tupac being alive in New Zealand. But here's a little more background on this group. They're pretty new. They've only been performing notable hacks since May. And one of their first acts, which put them on the map, was when they hacked and obtained information on contestants of the show X Factor, complete with names, phone numbers, and email addresses, which of course they then reposted for all the public to see. But they've also bypassed cybersecurity for other big companies. LulzSec made a pass at the already battered Sony, attacking 3 of their websites for once again leaving all of their consumer data unencrypted. They also hacked Nintendo's website, but that attack didn't actually affect any user data, and the group says it was just a warm-up for their bigger hit, FBI-affiliated sites. The groups InfraGard and Unvalence were hit by LulzSec last Friday. Now, InfraGard and Unvalence are private firms that concentrate on, quote, fake hacking government sites to let them know how secure their government information is in the cyber world. Obviously, if these companies can so easily be hacked, it doesn't really say too much for how well they can protect the government's data, does it? So any information that Lulz Security found on these firms' databases that have ties to the FBI were then hacked, with the following press release from Lulz admitting what they did. They said, while there are not very many logins, we'd like to take time to point out that all of them are affiliated with the FBI in some way. Most of them reuse their passwords in other places, which is heavily frowned upon in the FBI InfraGard handbook, and generally everywhere else too. So while we have yet to learn how detrimental this hack is, let us also point out to you the 3 classifications for hackers. You've got the white hats. They are groups dedicated to hacking sites to inform the sites about any flaws or loopholes in their systems. Then there's the black hats. Those are the malicious hackers. And finally, there are the gray hats, who don't really fall into a category when it comes to the intent of their hacking capabilities. And I think that's where the group Lulz Security currently lays. While they're still young, they've proven that they can take on the best of the best, and they want to make themselves known to everyone, including the FBI. So I'd personally like to extend an offer to LulzSec. I'm very curious about your motives and what drives your organization. So if you'd like to have your voice heard, you're welcome to share your message here on The Alona Show.